It's wintertime, it's cold, it's wet, it's freezing outside, and I can't ride my motorcycle. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna help you. It's FASTLANE. So yes, it is that time of the year that we call, as motorcyclists, the off season. Now, I've never personally had an off season before. I always had the Honda Rebel, which I recently gave away. You'd know if you've been watching the videos. I gave that bike away, and now I am back to just the Indian Scout bobber. And to tell you the truth, man, I am kind of coming out of my skin because I don't ride this baby out in the rain. I don't ride it in the inclement weather. I just don't want to get it dirty. I want to keep it looking brand new. So what are you supposed to do if you can't ride? Now, here in the Pacific Northwest, we get some cold weather, we get some wet weather, and we get some frosty and some freezing weather, but not like some places in the world. Some places, you literally park your bike till spring, and that's it. And I feel for you, believe me. Now, that's not what we do here. I still will be able to get the Indian out and get out and do some riding. There'll be some sunny days along the way, and it really depends on how long winter lasts. But in the meantime, man, I am going absolutely stir crazy because I will tell you this, I love riding my motorcycle to work every single day. I've been commuting on my bike for the last 3 or 4 years, every single day, commuting. And yeah, it is rough not to be able to jump on your bike at the end of the day and just kind of throw a big middle finger to the boss or whoever and just be like, I'm out of here, man, and just blah, down the road you go. You know what I mean. So I'm going to give you some great ideas of what you can do during the winter to kind of ease your mind and keep you from going completely stir crazy. Before I do that, I need you to do something for me, which is to hit the subscribe button, all right? Hit subscribe and subscribe to the channel and like the video and then share it with your friends and definitely hit notification bells so you know when my next video is coming up. So number one, before it is too cold, here's something you can do. Wash and detail your bike. Now, if you're like a lot of people, your bike can get pretty dirty, dusty, and grungy over the course of the summer, and you may have not gotten the time to actually wash it yet. So before the temperatures are absolutely freezing outside, and you're gonna like create a skating rink for somebody walking down the sidewalk, ask me how I know. Now is the time when you have a sunny afternoon and it's kind of gotten warm outside to get out there and wash your bike really, really well, get in all the little nooks and crannies, dry it off really good, bring it inside, and then you can start to work on detailing it. Now, that's not something that has to happen immediately. That could happen over the course of the next few weeks. You know, you could actually get some really nice detailing products, get in there with some Q-tips and some little specialized brushes and, you know, and their fins and all these kinds of things, all these places that are so hard to get to up under your tank, clean everything up really good, and your bike will be looking super sharp for the next riding season. Next thing you can do is maintenance on your bike. A lot of people do not do their yearly maintenance to their bike. Now, for me, I think yearly maintenance is an oil change. Change your oil, change your filter. Ought to be done. Now, with the Indian Scout bobber, they say you don't have to change it after the first like 500 miles or whatever until like 10,000. I've already changed it a time or two since then, and it's due for another one, especially if you're a commuter. I think those 10,000 miles are actually like more like highway miles, but if you're doing tons of stop and go like I do, commuting to work, you need to change your oil definitely more often. I highly recommend it. So you can change your oil. You can change your spark plug. You can do maintenance on your chain, of course. You can adjust your belt if you have a belt-driven bike. And just there's a lot of variety of a lot of other things that you can do to maintain your motorcycle, including changing out your tires. During the winter is a great time to change out your tires. You can put your bike on a stand because it's not going anywhere anyways, right? Get those wheels off, take them on down. You know, some people do it themselves, but I just take them down to like Cycle Gear. If you buy your tire at Cycle Gear, I think it's only like 25 bucks and they'll swap it out for you. Super easy, but you got to take them off the bike, and there's videos to tell you how to do it. It's not that hard. You can do it. But it's a great time to get your tires swapped out, and maybe you want to make your bike a little more off-roady or something. You want to change out the style of tires. Great time to do it right now before spring hits. My next idea is this. customize your bike. Wintertime is a great time to do some customization to your motorcycle, things that you've been wanting to do but haven't really wanted to have downtime on your bike. Things such as putting on maybe a different set of handlebars that may require a cable swap, like ape hangers, or maybe some T-bars on some risers or something like that. Great time to change out your grips, change out your levers, add foot pegs to your bike, swap a seat, put on a sissy bar. It just goes on and on and on. Maybe you want to put a fairing on your bike. Yeah, great time to do it when you're not in a rush. Your bike's just sitting there. You can get your bike all dialed in for the next riding season. Another thing is you may want to actually do some moto camping this next year. You may want to add some bags to your bike. You may want to set your bike up with a sissy bar and some bags, saddlebags, whatever, and make your bike way better to, carry a passenger, carry some luggage, go longer distance, whatever it is. Great time to do it in the winter when your bike can't go anywhere anyways. Another thing you might want to do is go the opposite way. You might want to actually chop your fenders. You might want to take that old cruiser that kind of looks like granddad's and turn it into a really mean looking little chopped up bobber or something. It's a great time of the year to do customization work, and then when it's riding season, you're ready to go. My fourth idea is this: work on your shop space. If you're like me, you have a garage, which is basically your shop and your storage unit. There's all kinds of stuff on that side of the garage that you actually can't see right now. But this is a great time of the year to actually work on your shop space. You can actually clean things up, you can organize, you can get rid of some stuff, and you can work on your space that you're going to be actually storing your bike in and enjoying your space. I love this space. This is actually probably my favorite space to kind of hang out in the house. Yeah, I'm out here all the time. I got a fridge. I got some beers in there. You gotta come over. We gotta have some beers sometime. But having a really nice shop space is really, really nice. Another thing is go through your tools, man. Great time of the year to go through, organize your tools, inventory what you have, and decide what maybe you need to be able to work on your bike more effectively. You could pick a few things up. Sometimes you can go somewhere kind of cheap depending on what you want or what your budget is. Harbor Freight, there's stuff I've got from Harbor Freight. I don't discount it. They're not the greatest, but they work. I've got a jack stand I've been using for years and years. Maybe you don't have a huge budget to be able to buy the top of the line stuff, or maybe you do. And you've kind of come to an income level where you have a little more disposable income, and you could actually start upgrading your tools. Now's the time to do it in the winter. Great time to actually paint your space in your garage as well. This garage right here, it was just taped sheetrock, and it looked terrible. It was all this yellowy sheetrock with white tape. Believe me, it wouldn't look as nice as it looks right here on the video. But I just got myself some sheetrock paint. It was really, really cheap for a 5-gallon bucket. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. And man, fill some holes, paint the walls, makes a world of difference, make the space feel a lot better. Another thing is lighting for your space. You might want to get some new overhead lights. I swapped out my old fluorescents up here in the garage for LEDs, man, and it makes all the difference in the world. They're not very expensive. You can get a pretty nice LED light for about $25. It's going to last you forever, and it's actually going to save you some money in the long run. And I hate changing out those fluorescent bulbs, and then you got to take them into the store when you're done. You can't just throw them in the trash, so that's a pain. So yeah, get yourself some LED lights and stick them up in your garage. Another great idea is upgrade your gear. Now, I am kind of a gear hoarder. I love motorcycle gear, and believe me, if I had more money, I'd probably have more gear. But as we gather gear and time goes on, sometimes our gear begins to get a little bit dated and faded out. Blacks can sometimes turn to purplies, and you get the little pills and stuff on your sweatshirts and stuff. And it's just a really good time to go in, evaluate your gear, decide what you want to keep, decide what you want to upgrade, and purge some gear. Old helmets, might be time to get rid of some of your old helmets. Now, I love keeping my helmets, but I have gotten rid of a few. And as I continue to upgrade, that's going to continue to morph and change. Styles change, let's face it. And you don't want to look like a complete toad on your bike. Well, I don't. Maybe you do, and that's cool. I'm not hating on you, okay? Don't comment below. I know you will. But most of us want to look cool on our bikes, let's face it. So you want to have nice gear. So it's a really good time to go through your gear, get rid of some old stuff, and maybe start upgrading or just start dreaming about it. You know, you can actually get on your phone and check out all the new gear that's out at some of the sites and just start dreaming and planning what you want to do. And maybe your style has changed. Maybe you were a cruiser bike rider in the past primarily, and now you want to get an adventure bike, and you're going to want more adventure style gear. So a really good time to start planning, studying, researching, figuring out what you want, and then starting to pick up some of those things as you can. Another great idea is when it's winter is a time where a lot of people are getting rid of gear. Yeah, they get rid of gear during the winter, and it's a great time to pick it up pretty cheap. So check your local Craigslist, Facebook, etc., Poshmark, and you can probably find yourself some really good deals on some really cool gear. All right, so this last one sort of applies mostly to people who are creating content like this. YouTubers, Instagram, people who have followings or are trying to be some kind of an influencer or a content creator. I guess that's what I'm doing. You might disagree. Comment below. But needless to say, if you are a content creator, it is a great time to work on your studio space. Adding new lighting, like I did, working on your surrounding lighting, working on your filming techniques, upgrading your microphone. There's a lot of really simple things you can do that aren't that expensive that can help make your videos a lot better. And I want to thank some people out there who've been giving me suggestions and saying, hey man, do this, do that. This will actually help you with your video. And I really, really appreciate it, man, because I want these to be the best videos they can possibly be. And I started out at this completely green, man. I was green, knew nothing about it at the first of this last year, 2022, and basically jumped out there and said, I'm gonna learn how to use these GoPros. I'm gonna learn how to do these cameras. I had some help from my kids, and here we are almost a year later, and it's going fantastic. And I gotta thank you guys for walking with me as I learn and grow and get better. Anyways, I want you to take this time, if you're an influencer, you're a YouTuber, to work on your studio space, work on your filming techniques. And believe me, I don't think I've got them all down. Okay, so don't comment below. I'm sure you will. Needless to say, it's a great time to work on your studio space, work on your filming techniques. You can watch videos about lighting, filming, cinematic, all kinds of stuff, which I am personally doing and trying to get better at what I do. And like I said, it's a great time to start upgrading some of your equipment. I started out literally with a little, like the cheapest mic they sold on Amazon, the cheapest lapel. And you know, the upgrade was like $30. It's not a huge jump in an upgrade, but it's made such a difference. And eventually I'll probably upgrade even more, but this works for me for now. You can also work on your script ideas for your content, and work on your thumbnails. You know, thumbnails is a huge part of getting people to actually click on your video. So work on your thumbnails. Start to practice, get some apps. A lot of the apps are free. I'll talk about it sometime. All right, guys, so I really appreciate you watching the video. I hope this helped you out and it'll help chase away some of those seasonal affective disorder blues that we all tend to face this time of the year. Last thing I could think of that I wanted to share with you is this. If you have your motorcycle sitting in the garage for a long period of time, get yourself a trickle charger so you don't ruin your battery while it sits during the winter. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the video, hit notifications. I hope you feel better. It's FASTLANE.